This is the Magic Square MS-B36 Doomsday. I picked up this set at R Toys. So look at the packaging. Pretty neat. Let's see what we got. So we got the instruction sheet. Very nice trading card. A bunch of weapons. And the actual figure. No damages. Looking good. And here is Doomsday, or Legends Megatron, out of packaging. And the figure is absolutely amazing. The figure feels like it is a legend scale masterpiece figure. And the figure comes with a slew of accessories, as I've shown you earlier, but I've spread them out just to show you guys. And as you can see right here, we've got a ton of these bits and pieces of accessories and upgrades and whatever interchangeable parts that you can use on the Doomsday figure. And if you're not careful, you'll lose all these really teeny tiny pieces, which we will get to all of that in a little while. Let's focus first on the main figure. The figure is done in this really beautiful cartoon accurate grayscaled color. And the plastic will feel light, I'll give you that. It's not the traditional hard type of plastic that will snap when you break it. The plastic feels a little bit soft. It's softer than the normal ones we've seen from MechFans toys and even Hasbro products. And I'm not sure why, but I can surmise that the reason Magic Square is doing this so that over time, the plastic doesn't become brittle and it doesn't crack. So have a good look at this Megatron. Look at that head sculpt. Oh, I'm loving the G1 accuracy of this one. This is so Megatron. You can see he's got his blaster, or ion cannon, which you can remove right here with a twist. It doesn't just plug in, you need to twist it. Okay. And then got the body sculpt. It's a very, very smooth sculpt, and I am just so impressed with how accurate it is. Talking about articulation for the figure, you've got a ball jointed neck. The waist has a swivel and some hinges that will allow you to do an ab crunch. Doesn't allow you to raise the waist upwards though. The shoulders are on ball joints. There is a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow. It's pretty cool. Swivel wrist. He's got a ball jointed hip. Pretty cool. The waist panels are movable, so you can, when you're trying to get him into a pose, it doesn't hinder articulation. Got a thigh swivel. Hinge knees, not a double jointed knee, but it does allow you more than 90 degrees of knee bend. Okay, some foot articulation. He's got some rocker joints like right here. Some toe articulation. You can have the toes pointed upward and downward, and you can move the foot downward like that. That's a bit of a shame though. I would have wished that the front part of the toe could have bent slightly more downward like that, instead of just doing this, so that when he's flying, it doesn't look like he's wearing slippers, and you know. Okay. Great articulation, great detail sculpt. The paint apps are perfect. They came out just magnificent. So happy with this figure. Let's get to the details of the accessories he came with. The stock, just like a G1 masterpiece Megatron, you can combine all the pieces of the gun and you can form a cannon like that, and that's for Megatron to use. He also has his flail, and you can swap it out. I'll do it on the right hand. We'll swap it out with the right hand because that's normally where it is. It's made of a stiff kind of plastic. You can bend it, but it's pretty stiff so that it just stays in one position normally. It it doesn't flow down like that. I just wish it were more posable, so you could just do it this way or have him lash at Optimus Prime like that. But as it is, it just stays in one position. There is also another non-ignited flail, I suppose. I don't know why they even had this. This is a conundrum for me. A lot of the accessories are just, I have no idea why they are here. Like this one, an extra purple cylinder, no idea. Okay, put the splayed hands back. So fists, he's got 2 splayed hands, which is pretty cool. He's got 2 closed fists or gripping hands, and then 2 the standard Magic Square clicking or relaxed fists. He's got 2 extra chest panels. This one is his standard one, like toy accurate one. If you wanted a little bit more smoother without the design, you could just do that. Or if you wanted battle damaged, you have like that in his final battle with Optimus Prime in the movie. One shall stand, one shall fall. Oh, and then he'd be all messed up. Also, you can swap the face very easily. This is like his standard scowling Megatron face. And then you can swap it out with a battle damaged face to match the chest. Prime, have mercy, I beg of you. Okay, let's swap these out again. And you can swap it with an angry face. Starscream, you have failed me for the last time. Okay. He's got a happy face. It's over, Prime. This is my favorite face. I mean, Megatron's always, yes, the Autobots are planning something. We must destroy them. And moving on to the other accessories, he's got his mind control helmet. He's got the key to Vector Sigma. Pretty cool. Can he hold it? Well, I suppose. He's holding it like a cracker. There is a Crimsy, which is done in purple. A little bit surprised that they did it in purple. Should have been yellow, but it's fine. He's got a buzzsaw attachment. Can swap it out with one of his hands. So pretty cool. And then he has that gun, that weird gun that he used in the movie, in the 80s movie, like to hold Rodimus or Hot Rod hostage. Okay, he's got a Energon sword. Very nice. Laser sword. He's got a small replica of his alt mode, which in the movie or in the cartoons, you've seen him shift his mass and become smaller so that the other Decepticons or Autobots can use him as a gun. So this is the standard one. And then if you want another Decepticon or Transformer to hold him, let's take Soundwave. You can use this other attachment. Maybe once I've gotten Starscream, I could use Starscream. And then you could attach back to the main gun. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And one final bit of accessory is this weird looking battery, and I figured this was the light bulb. I think you just insert the battery onto the light bulb and magic is supposed to happen. Now there you go. It's actually a pretty bright, I believe it's an LED. Let me just switch off the LED bulbs. Oh wow, it is pretty bright. And I'm not sure, but the instructions don't really tell you what to do with these accessories. It's like you have to figure it out intuitively on your own. And there is, if I'm not mistaken, there is a slot inside this gun which you can actually put the light bulb in. I'm not sure if you can do it without really dismantling the gun, but even if you don't put it, if you just put it like this, I think it's pretty cool just to illuminate that inside of the barrel for Megatron. If you have Megatron posed this way, you can just leave that light bulb inside that barrel and it's fine. And now for some size comparisons. His nemesis, Optimus Prime. So it's a great scale. He is about 2 millimeters just taller than Optimus Prime's horns. Just 2 millimeters. They're about the same height. So I'm very happy with this scale. Megatron has always been just a little bit taller than Optimus Prime. So pretty neat that they actually put that scale as well, even here in these two figures. And here he is with the MechFans Toys Megatron. So Megatron is obviously much bigger, but between the two, this is the Legends Megatron for me. I believe this is the more accurate one. And just from the scale of things, he scales a lot better to Optimus Prime than this one. And I've had my issues with this. So after this review, I'm going to be passing this on to a buddy. So we'll see. And now for the dreaded transformation. Oh boy, transformation for this figure was not at all pleasant. It was a sheer, utter nightmare. And let's get right to it. So first thing you want to do, you want to remove the scope or his ion cannon. Just put all the stock in one place. You might as well just want to remove this piece because it's going to pop off as you're doing the transformation. So, okay. Just unpeg the shoulders, and that first step, I mean, unpegging the shoulders was very difficult. It was so tight, I could not get it out. And I had to tug on it, and I thought I was going to break the toy. Okay, and then this piece, the barrel, is going to swing out 180 and then fold this flap right here just to lock it in place. Okay, and then what you want to do is the head, turn it sideways so it's easier to fold. Pop that whole chest assembly up. Even that was very difficult the first time you do it. Okay, and then fold the head in. This is a clearance issue. I don't know why they couldn't have measured this slot better, but it does. The side of Megatron's head does scrape it, and then when you're going to try and pop it out, it will scrape that chest piece. So bit of a bummer, but that's what it is. Okay, and then you want to fold that hinge right there and just set it up like that. Okay, make sure that hinge is straightened out and just leave it like that. Okay, all right, and then okay, you might as well go ahead and do this. Plug it and then just fold it up like that and leave it like that. Okay. All right, now let's do the arms. Now the arms are pretty difficult. So do it step at a time. Fold this one out, and that's your guide. It's really just gonna go up like that. So start with the forearms. You wanna unpeg right here. Okay, fold this out, and then just loosen that piece right there. Do the same on the other side so we don't forget. Do that, and loosen here, and then just loosen that panel right there so you're able to swivel it. Okay, and then what you want to do is, okay, let's start with this one. Swivel. As you're swiveling, swivel this out, swivel that whole panel out like that. And that's another clearance issue. It feels like this panel is going to pop off. Fold this one out right here. Put it back up. Put it like this. And the hands, they're going to stay like that. Okay, easy, right? Do it again like this. And then see, it's really a clearance issue. They've forgotten to measure that. And it always feels like you're going to break this thing. Now I kind of understand why Magic Square used soft plastic instead of that very hard and brittle plastic. That's probably a safety issue, so you don't break the plastic as you're transforming him, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, so if you've done this with the arms, then you're in good shape, okay? Then what you want to do is you want to lift this, fold up like that, the guard, the trigger guard, and then just swivel that whole barrel assembly right there. Okay, and then what you want to do, just get these things out of the way. Okay, swing it out like that, just for the time being. Fold up the trigger, and then these ab pieces where the arms are, they're gonna swing all the way back like this. Okay, and then you're gonna want to join the arms together. Okay, hold this bit down like that, and then just join that whole top part of the gun like that. Then what you want to do, you want to fix this lower waist piece. This middle piece right here, you want to go and rotate it. Not this lower black piece. It's just this top gray piece, like, and swing it 180 degrees. So what you want to do is you can swing top part first, like that, and then fold this. Then you can swing the bottom part like this. Okay. The whole idea is just to get this waist piece, this middle waist piece, 180 degrees. That's it. And then these two, the crotch piece and that barrel, should be facing the same direction. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do the legs. Okay. This is the easiest way I know how to do the legs. So just fold this crotch piece out, fold these waist pieces out just so they're out of the way. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, if you follow the instructions, it can be a little bit confusing. The first thing you want to do is you want to rotate the thigh joints outward, like 90 degrees out. Make sure the toes are pointing outward, okay? That's what you want to do first. And then what you want to do is you want to fold down those ball joint pegs down, all the way down like that. And then once you've done that, you want to rotate the ball joint, the hip joint, up 90 degrees, like that. And then like that, okay? So get to this position and you're in good shape, okay? And then the secondary knee swivel or thigh swivel, just the thigh swivel above the knee joint, not this thigh swivel, you want to rotate it 180 degrees, like that. So swing the thigh pieces out, bring down the ball pegs down, swing the hip joint 90 degrees, and then 180 degrees for the lower thigh joint. Okay, I hope that wasn't too confusing. And then the legs, they do transform like a Masterpiece Megatron. There's a lot of panel shifting here and there. So what you want to do is you want to unpeg here, rotate, bend this, okay? And then this flap right here is going to fold up and hide underneath this bigger panel. And then this one, I'm going to swing out this piece. And then this piece right here, the outer gray piece, you want to swing it up right there. But just before you do that, you want to fold this inner flap inside like that. Swing it all the way up right there, up to the knee. And then this piece right here, go ahead and swing it here. And there's that dovetail lock or dovetail peg. It's going to tab in right there. And then this one is going to just stay here. And then the foot, you want to go and bend that hinge and fold it like that. And then tab this gray outer panel onto that foot just to lock it in. Just keep this like this. Okay, looks simple. Simple enough. Then you want to do the same thing on the other leg. So go ahead and detach this outer panel right here. And then detach the inner panel just like that. Go ahead and swing this out, fold this flap inside like that. That's gonna hide. And then this panel right here. Okay, detach. And then this one swings out. Swing out this piece right here. And this one, fold that inner flap and slide it up all the way there. Dovetail peg. It's gonna peg in just like that. And then this one is gonna swing all the way here and then slide up like that. And then the foot, fold here and then bend, fold up just like that and tab. Okay. All right. Pretty easy, right? You want to join these two leg pieces together. There's tabs at the back. There's tabs at the feet. And these will just gonna stay right there. Don't tab them right away, okay? And then the crotch piece, you want to fold the outer flaps like this. And then like this. Just put them down like here. Like this, okay? Tab everything in. These pieces right here, you're gonna fold like this, fold like that. You can already see where the dovetail peg holes are gonna peg in. Okay, just make sure these stay there. So just do those dovetail peg holes. Just tab in those dovetail pegs like that. Same on the other side. That. That. I'm sorry, this one's come undone. Like that. Okay. Straighten this one out. Collapse everything in, just like that. Trigger guard. It's gonna tab in right there. Okay, and we're almost done. And then finally, just do it. Don't push this thing all the way in, just enough, exactly like that, because it is going to be a pain to untab that once you push it all the way through. Okay, just like that, just enough. And then reattach this piece right here. Is the pea shooter Megatron. Very cool, very nice. And then you can add the stock. Let's start with the scope, that. And then to add the extension of the barrel, you gotta remove this piece. It's pretty tight. Okay, that. And this one's even tighter. You're gonna slide the stock piece right here. And there you go. Not too bad. So the gun mode, it's not too bad. You can barely grip it unless you have really, really thin fingers and a small hand. You can grip it this way, but you can't put your finger inside the trigger guard and squeeze that trigger. So this is the only way I see myself holding this weapon, or this blaster. So it's pretty good, despite that insanely difficult transformation. And for some comparisons, here is the Magic Square Doomsday with the MechFans Toys Megatron. Aesthetically, this one I think is closer to the G1 Megatron, but this one is actually more pleasing to look at for some weird reason. Also, transformation-wise, this transformation was so cringy. I mean, there are 2-3 steps that you feel is going to break the toy. This one has a plethora of steps that it can sometimes be a chore and downright unsatisfying transforming this figure. So I don't know. I had an easier time transforming this. It was after a few transformations, I already know how to do it. This one, I feel that if I don't transform him for a month, I may have to look back at this video or look at the instruction sheet how to do it again. It is like a masterpiece transformation, while this one is really just like more of a Generations transformation, but the clearances are just weird. So I don't know which one's better. I still think this is the more definitive Megatron, even in gun mode. But when, as a toy, if you're just gonna play and transform him from one mode to the other, I think this is more satisfying. The scope on the Mech Fans toys is a little too small compared to this one. But yeah, the Mech Fans toys, you can definitely hold it better than this one. This one is more like a pea shooter when you're holding him. Okay, I was wondering why the stock had so many hinges, and I figured, you know, you could bend it this way, and then this way, and then split that front part up like that, and literally it could be like a gun stand. And that's not so bad, actually. That's actually pretty cool. That you can actually display this Megatron figure in gun mode without having to use an external clear stand or whatever. Just having the parts of its own parts, and you can have him displayed like that as a gun. So I thought that was pretty neat. And so some final thoughts on this Magic Square Doomsday Legends Megatron figure. The figure looks great aesthetically in robot mode and even in gun mode. It has great posability and playability options in robot mode. However, transformation was a sheer letdown. It involved too complicated steps. They were trying to do too much of a masterpiece figure for the legend scale, and it was not fun at all. It was a little satisfying once you've done it, but I would not recommend transforming this figure one too many times because it is just a pain to transform and clearly not enjoyable. I'd recommend just keeping him in robot mode and posing him with Optimus Prime. The figure, though amazing in look and feel, is only going to get a 7 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 7.5. The transformation really was a letdown for me and was already bordering on a deal breaker for me. So I don't know. Should I recommend this figure? If you're just gonna put Megatron on the shelf or play with him with Optimus Prime in robot mode, sure, why not? It is a great, amazing G1 styled legend scale figure. If you're looking for a Megatron that's playable, you're gonna transform one too many times, just love transforming a Megatron figure, then I would suggest you just go Mech Fans Toys version. It's a little cringy to transform, but it is a lot simpler and a lot more fun to transform than this figure. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Magic Square Doomsday figure, their version of the Legend Scale G1 styled Megatron. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this figure. Is it something you're looking forward to getting, or is it a pass for you? And as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. It's over, Prime. Not while life surges through my circuits.